Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, El Shai, Ba'ashem, El Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and double and shalom to the whole full elect. This is Payal of GMS London Camp, and this is News and Prophecy, Prophecy and News. Basically, this is a response video to Apostle Tahar's video, Power Outage in the US, right? Exclamation 3 times. And basically, we shared this video, which as you can see is the next one along, Coin 6, Thousands Without Power After Record Rain. And that was, I believe, based in Portland, right? And he spoke about it coming to New York being next, all right? And we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, more or less. We're in the last days of the last days, all right? Now, when he mentioned this, basically there was a lot of I saw Elder Amar of the UK, Great Millstone UK, basically go into there being different power outages, as opposed to I mentioned about the Vatican City and the various ones prior to the one in Portland. But also you had that happen out here in out there in where did he Japan. Japan, I'm trying to remember, Vatican City and India, all right? But the first thing, when I heard about the Vatican City rumors, I just thought about London, right? Because last year we had a big power outage, like on the onset of the pandemic. And I remember that inspired me to buy certain things, that's all I'll say. Because the power outage was I believe it was in southeast London. But let me quickly see, this is another one, because I know there was one much more prior to that one. All right, so I got a recent article that I want to get into. All right, okay, yeah, but I'm gonna move back and just go through just show you some highlights, some articles. So it says dealing with the UK, yeah. So this was in August. So Equinix outage, major power failure leaves data center customers fuming. All right. So they were angry about the fact that the customers to that data company were angry. Now, that was in August of last year. Then you also had, now when you look at it, you can see how many times there's power outages. Transport collision causes power outage in North London. That was in November. Man, these are a lot more than what I remember. All right. So this is another one. Okay. Broadband ISP Virgin Media UK suffers large London outage. All right. That was in June. All right. Then we have another one. Homes hit by power cut disruption across southeast London. And I know I'm going to check this one because I do remember there was another one in southeast London. I'm sure it's like April. All right. Let me just accept it for the sake of... Okay. So I can't find the information about the most recent one, so I'll just leave it there. But now this is what I'm gonna get into, all right? This article here, because basically, again, we're walking into that we're speedily heading 2021 being a year of hastening of the coming of our Lord, all right, Yahweh Shai. Basically, there's a lot of haste that's gonna happen, man, and that's in this time that we're in, Jacob's trouble basically is rapidly moving towards that. So now it says UK power grid creaks at risk of blackouts. All right. Now this is this year. If you ain't gotta be too much of a scientist to put two and two together. Last year they had a myriad of blackouts and outages of data being used, um, data usage companies and whatever. Now this is like we're going live basically, right? So UK power grid creaks at risk of blackouts. National Grid issued fourth market notice this winter, fourth one. Flows of interconnectors likely to be reduced Wednesday, right? So this is the week, last week, all right? So it says UK power market is showing signs of strain for the fourth time this winter. National Grid PLC warned that the buffer needed to ensure security of supply and keep the lights on was too small. While the UK has made a swift progress on switching from fossil fuels to renewables, this is the downside to cleaning up its energy system. And like Wednesday, when the wind doesn't blow, cold weather boosts demand, and several nuclear plants are offline. The grid operators left scrambling to avoid blackouts. All right, and it has been quite cold this winter. All right, especially the onset of this new year. Usually over here, seasonally in the UK, it's really known for like late December, June, and February is the peak, of winter time basically. With like, if it's gonna snow in the UK, and when I say if it's gonna snow, I'm more talking about around London, right? It's more the mid to late January going into February. All right, that's when you can get heavy snow. All right, each time a so-called electricity market notice is published, the issue has been resolved within hours by power plants ramping up supply or by a planned reduction in demand from industry. Until this winter, there hadn't been a market warning for 4 years. So it's the first time they're being warned in 4 years, all right? So I'm just going to pick at the information from here on out. Okay, so I'll just read from here on. So it says the risk of blackouts this winter is higher than the grid operator has made public. So they're saying over here we've had all these blackouts around the world, Vatican City, all right, India, Japan, Portland now, all right, and we've had prior blackouts in certain regions, North London, Southeast London, all right, different uh mobile network providers going down for like a day or so, or a couple hours at a time. Let's not forget that YouTube was down, Twitter was down, or Google was down. Various different, platforms were down. All this has happened, and now they're saying this: the risk of blackouts this winter is higher than the grid operator has made public. So there's a great likelihood of a blackout this winter. All right, then they're letting it be known to the people. According to trading house Hartree Solutions, National Grid scenarios, which show the tightest margins since 2016, assume imports of electricity from the continent. One of the nation's major interconnectors with the Netherlands is down for maintenance until February 1st. So even one of the greatest suppliers, right? Let me actually read it again. So it says national grid scenarios which show the tightest margin since 2016 assume imports of electricity from the continent. All right. One of the nation's major interconnectors with the Netherlands is down for maintenance until February 1st. So that's what's adding to the strain. That is one of the interconnectors from the Netherlands is going to be down to the 1st of February. Ireland, another source of potential imports for Britain, has also warned of low margins from Wednesday afternoon, according to a market notice. Despite Brexit, our interconnector links keep us linked to wider EU markets on the continent, which are also under strain. All right, said James Brabham, wholesale manager, Cornwall Insight. Tight margins are forecast in French and Belgian markets too. So, hey, the blackouts are coming basically. All right, blackouts are coming. That's what you can take from that. All right. Uh, so Slovakia. So this is Isaiah 60:1. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen up upon thee." All right, that's dealing with Yahweh Shai. All right, being a light, the morning star, the day star, that basically is at the coming of the day of the Lord. All right, He's gonna come to implement, bring light upon us. Right, because we're in a dark time right now. All right, and this is the peak of that darkness. All right, or more should I say that this is the tail end of that darkness, and Esau knows that. And as it tells you in Revelation 12:12, the devil knowing that he has a short time cometh down with great wrath. So he's gonna, have multiple different things play out in these last moments, and really it's the Lord doing it on the left hand side to trial these men. All right, verse 2: For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So with all this that's going on, we know that we have our power, all right, to guide us, all right. Yahweh Bar Shem El Shai Bar Shem El Rakar Kodash. And like, Apostle Tar mentioned it aforetime, or before, shall I say, he said about, over here in the UK, it sets a precedent for what will happen in America. And as you can see, all these blackouts have been happening from last year, right? They've had a myriad of these things. And I believe there was some over in the States as well, right? But just showing you that all these things are happening in cohesion, all right? And just stay strong in the faith, all right? And Lord willing, his light will shine upon you and you'll be all good, man. So with that, I pray you're edified to the next one. Say shalom.